Hello, Bobby aka Aspie Media here, and in this video, I am going to talk about a rather controversial subject, particularly amongst the religious right, and, well, a bunch of other groups as well, and that is the historical revisionism of the church and the Bible. Now, I have said before that I am no longer an atheist. However, um, I am still very much an anti-theistic pantheist. That is, a pantheist who opposes organized theistic religion. And particularly in regards to its tendency towards historical revisionism in the service of imperialistic agendas. And the topic I am going to talk about is the invention, you heard that right, the invention of the Lucifer myth and the evolution of such a Roman myth with Sumerian and Zoroastrian and Greek influences in the Authorized King James Version of the Bible. And I want to make that distinction because a lot of Christians say that the King James Version of the Bible is absolutely flawless and the Word of God. But the thing is, like, the King James Version of the Bible we have today is not even the original King James Version of the Bible. It's the Authorized King James Version of the Bible, which was not even written by King James because King James was an illiterate Scotsman. Many people were illiterate in those times, to be fair. Which is yet another reason that the idea of the Gospels being eyewitness accounts by the apostles they are attributed to is so nonsensical, as well as the fact that said apostles would have spoken Aramaic, and there are only 2 lines of Aramaic in the Bible translations we have today, which suggest that it was already well on its way to becoming a dying language at the time the collection of text we now know as the Holy Bible was being published and compiled. And in the original Hebrew, the line was Hallel, which by the way, Hallel means day star or morning star. Lucifer does not mean morning star. Lucifer means bearer of light in Latin. Right? Like it would, like they took the Latin Vulgate and used that as a guide to translate Hebrew and Greek into Latin, and it wasn't even a perfect translation, far from it. Also, that verse was not referring to a literal fallen angel, as modern Christian preachers claim. See, what you have to understand is the Bible was largely compiled by insurrectionaries, rebels, religious radicals of their day, and was later co-opted by elites and diluted and mistranslated to serve the causes of and the propaganda of the imperialists that the original people who inspired these texts spoke out and preached against. So the name Lucifer, in fact, wasn't even Romanized until around the 11th century as well. So it wasn't even a proper name, it was a title. So is Satan, and that is the pronunciation, Satan. Which means adversary or accuser. So, like Satan does not necessarily imply evil. Of course, it doesn't come off as something very positive, but especially in the tumultuous time um, that the Bible is set in, Satans were very much seen as necessary. And so this whole idea of a Satan being an evil thing, that that came around later after imperialism made comfort the priority over morality. Which, of course, led to feudalism and eventually capitalism, which would then co-opt the world religions for its own purposes, which is a conversation for another day. This has been Bobby, aka Aspie Media. Liberty, equality, fraternity, goodbye.